What up, folks? And we're back. This episode is going to be catered towards my team. This video is going to be catered towards my team. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Pittsburgh Steelers draft, as well as talk about some of the offseason moves they have already made, and just talk about looking at the depth chart where we think that we will end up. So as you know, some picks that we did make in this draft, we got Broderick Jones with the first pick. Second pick, we got Joey Porter Jr. With our third pick, we got Darnell Washington. With our fourth pick, we got Keanu Benton. And with our fifth pick, we got a linebacker. His name is blanking me. Nick Brigg, Hybrig, uh, Herbig. And then we also got Corey Trice. I gave us a grade of an A plus in the draft. I just want to talk about each player. So Broderick Jones is a guy that I really think that could really help us out for the simple fact that he's a great run blocker already, a well established run blocker, is a good pass blocker. I think obviously he's going to be able. He has to learn some things as the NFL is different from college. He's definitely a guy I could see being an All Pro within the next 3 to 4 years. So that was a great pickup by us. Definitely traded up to get him. He probably wouldn't have been available when we wanted him. So I'm very happy and very satisfied with us getting that pick. Next pick, I think Joey Porter Jr. was the inevitable. We needed a cornerback, and I'm actually happy that he fell to us. Um, so I'm super excited about that. That we didn't have to trade up to get a corner, long, lengthy guy. I think he's going to fit really well and within our scheme. And learning from Pat Pete, I think that's going to be something that's very valuable. So I'm super excited that we were able to get him. Um, Darnell Washington was a pick that if you told me before the draft that Darnell Washington was going to end up on the Pittsburgh Steelers, I was like, there's no choice. Darnell Washington had a lot of first round grades, tremendous freak athlete, 6'7", 6'8", an amazing run blocking tight end. And he also has a big playability with his size, with his speed. Um, the thing I'm excited most about that is that with the addition of Darnell Washington, the ability to run a lot of 12 personnel is going to be great. 12 personnel, 22 personnel. We're gonna have the ability to do a lot of that. Even like 31 personnel. Uh sorry, 13 personnel, 31 personnel, where we can have three tight ends. 13 personnel. We can have three tight ends, even on the field where we can have like Hayward in as like a H back slash tight end on the wing, have the two tight ends as well, and still have the ability to run a lot of passing plays out of that, right? Um, unfortunately, we still do have Matt Canada, which I really don't love, but with the ability to run, two tight ends, I think that should really help him out. Two tight ends system to me is like one of the if you have the ability to run 12 personnel where both of your tight ends can block and go off for passes, it's really hard for teams to counter. And it's just so many options you have, so many routes you can run, so many play actions you can run, and makes your play action game very deadly. And then if they can run block on top of you, because you could have two tight ends, but they can't run block, you really can't run 12 personnel like that. But now that we'll be able to run 12 personnel with two tight ends that'll be able to run block, I think this is going to be a really big year for Najee, especially like Broderick and Darnell. They already have. I assume they're going to be on the same side a lot because they already have that chemistry from their college days. So it's going to be really big and really huge. I think Joey Porter Jr. kind of touched on this. I think that he will be able to really learn from Pat Pete. He'll be able to be very aggressive in our system. The one thing that'll be great for him is that we're going to have a good pass rush, and it's going to be very deadly. I like Nick Herbig. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, but he's definitely violent with his hands, which I love from the film that I watch of him. So he's definitely going to be a nice rotation piece, and now we won't have to bleed out, you know, um, our two guys. Obviously T.J. Watt, and I can't. I swear I always forget this guy's name, Alex Highsmith. Even though Alex Highsmith is nice, so I always feel bad that I forget his name, but be able to give those guys a spell. I want to see what Quincy Roche can do for us as well. He wasn't drafted, but as somebody we picked up in the offseason. Um, Keanu Benton, his comparison was Cam Hayward, man. He's a great run blocking defensive tackle. Um, I think they're going to try put him at the nose, um, which makes sense because we still have Larry O and Cam Hayward, but he's probably going to learn from within Cam Hayward. I think he's more of a like three technique than he is a more of a one technique, zero technique type of guy. So I think he can play that position, but I think he would thrive more in the as one of our 3-4 defensive ends opposed to our uh nose guard. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. And also one of my favorite picks was Corey Trice, man. 6'3" guy, big guy. I thought he would have won in the fifth round, fourth round. We have a lot of DB depth, which is like surprising. We usually don't have that. Usually a couple guys, and if somebody gets hurt, then we're kind of screwed. But I kind of like the DB depth. And to touch on that, I do want to go over like what our current depth chart looks like and how I expect us to move moving forward. So let's go ahead and get into that. So currently, obviously, QB1 is Kenny Pickett. I think that will still be the thing no matter what. That's how it should go, and that's where we should go with it. Najee Harris. I do want to continue to see them using him and Jalen Warren. I think Najee is obviously the premier running back in here, but if we can, help save his knees and help save his body because he has been a little banged up here and there, and it's been taking him like till the middle of the season to feel healthy to get where he needs to be. Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, and Allen Robinson. I like the Allen Robinson pick. Nice veteran guy, big guy on the outside. Remember when we got rid of Chase Claypool, we put George Pickens in the slot a lot. And I understand the thinking with that, but I think George Pickens is like a super big play receiver and can make some really big plays on the outside. I want us to use Deontay in the slot. I think if we're able to utilize Deontay, I don't know if it's a Deontay thing or a Matt Canada thing, but if we're able to utilize Deontay in the slot and really use him, and obviously not all the time, but give him a good, like all the best receivers nowadays are getting slot touches. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, obviously Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson. They're getting reps in the slot to free up to help scheme up by putting someone like Deontay Johnson in the slot can really wreck defenses. Like it's very inexcusable that he had 0 touchdowns last year, and I think you put him a guy like him in a slot, that's instantly going up to 6 to 7 touchdowns in my opinion. In my opinion, I think Deontay Johnson, as far as like route runners, Crips, one of the guys that can beat one-on-one coverage, he's top 10 in the league as far as that. I think he has the ability to be a top 5, top 8 receiver really in the right system. And I don't think Canada's system is the best for him, but if Canada can find a way to get him in slot, get him open, a lot of things that we were trying to do with Chase Claypool, I understand you want to get like the big fast guys, but I think it makes more sense to give Deontay some looks in the slot. And we also have Calvin Austin, who missed pretty much last year with a lot of injury, but super fast guy, was a nice pickup. Everyone, we were all looking forward to seeing where he would go and how he would look on this team. So I want to see more of that as we go this year. Let me make this depth chart a little bigger because I realized that it's not that big. Um, so yeah, Allen Robinson. I really want to see what Calvin Austin is able to do for us. All these other receivers, I don't want to say we try to give Gunner the ball way too much, in my opinion. Last year, I still baffles me that we paid him that much to even for him to even be on this team. Next tight end, currently our depth chart has Firemouth, Zach Gentry, and Darnell Washington. I think this will change to Darnell Washington. I like Zach Gentry because he's able to run block, and that's probably why he's in more than Connor Hayward. But I think it makes more sense. I think Connor is more of a fullback slash tight end, so more of an H back role. And I would put Darnell as our tight end too. Broderick Jones obviously has to start. Um, Isaac was a nice pickup for us as well. Mason Cole, Nate Hairberg, he's going to be a good rotation piece if we need to, get someone to spell. But I'm liking where our offensive line could be this year compared to it was last year. Um, the Marvin Leal was one of the guys that I thought would be one of our more impactful rookies last year, but he really wasn't. So I want to see what steps he's taking in next year as a rotation piece. It was very good for us to get Larry O back. I do think Keanu Benton's going to eventually take this nose tackle starting position by the end of training camp. Keanu Ben is he's really a stuffer. So I like to see that. Cameron Hayward, again, he's Cam Hayward. What can I say? TJ Watt, that guy. Cole Holcomb. So I didn't really know too much about him, so I had to do some of my research. What I've learned is he does get a lot of tackles, but he's a really good cover linebacker. So it makes sense why we got him. And then opposite, Roberts is not that great of a cover linebacker, but he's good in the run game and he's good like if you want to blitz him. So I can see this working. He won't be in on third downs. What I think is gonna happen on third down. So we got Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal can play hybrid safety slash linebacker. He did that with the Dallas Cowboys. At one point, Keanu Neal was one of the best safeties in the league. Injuries really hurt him, and he doesn't have the same speed and step he had before. So what I'm thinking what's going to happen is a lot of time in our packages, like on third and long or third and short, when they have like 3 hour receivers out, I think when they have 3 hour receivers out, what's going to happen is Elando Roberts is going to come out, Keanu Neal's going to come in, um, Pat Pete's gonna be in. Killer Witherspoon will be in, and Arthur Mullet was he's really good at slot corner for us. But I think you got to get Joey Porter in as well. There may be times where it's gonna just be Elando in. Cole's gonna come out. Kazi's gonna come down to the box with Keanu Neal. You're gonna have Arthur Joey Porter Jr. in as well. Levi Wallace, we picked him up last year. He's this is for him to be our CB 4, 5. It's really good for us. And then Corey Trice. I really want to see how we can develop Corey Trice. I think he can be really good. Big guy, huge guy. Six, like I said, 6'3", runs about a 4 or 5. I think he could be really sneaky. And then if we really train him up right, it'll be great. I really like it. So you remember how I said Kazi will go down? I think there's going to be times where Pat Pete, with his veteran savviness, is going to move up to safety, kind of put Mika in a strong safety role, and move Pat to like a more free safety roaming role. And that's when Arthur and Joey Porter Jr. will come in, and even Levi Wallace. But I want to see how Corey tries to develop. I'm going to keep my eye on him. I think that's somebody we could really develop. I don't think a Killer Witherspoon is going to be here too long. I think this probably is his last year with us, and Joey Porter Jr. will take that corner. And I don't think Pat Pete's going to be here too long either. So I think we really need to develop these two young guys. And who's better than to learn from Patrick Peterson? You have Mika in the back. Um, so I'm really liking what we're doing as opposed to like where I could see our defensive rank. I think this can be a top 10 defense. Only thing that worries me is this linebacker. For some reason, we have ever since Shazier got injured, we haven't been able to right this wrong with finding a solid interior linebacker, off ball linebacker. Uh, Devin Bush was looking like he would have been that guy. For me, I know Devin Bush's father. He was one of my coaches in high school. And Devin Bush, to me, he's a smaller size linebacker. I think in the new system he is in Seattle with running a 4-3, being behind a 4-3, 4 defensive linemen in front of him is more beneficial for his skill set, especially now after an injury where he's not as quick as he used to be. Because he always a torn ACL is a big injury to come back off of, right? So I think he was better suited for that team. But for us, I feel like we still haven't found that guy. And I don't think there was that guy in this draft as well for us to go out and draft. As well as linebackers, I feel like Tremaine. But if we were gonna go get Tremaine, we would have to keep his brother as well, Terrell. Which I'm happy. I like what Kazi gave us towards the end of the season. I think Keanu Neal's somebody that's gonna be very instrumental for this team. Because again, he's gonna be a hybrid linebacker slash safety for us, be able to guard tight ends, guard, running back to the backfield, help us with some slots. So I want to see what he really does. I think Pat P will be a lot better this year than he was last year with the Minnesota Vikings, for the simple fact that we have a way better pass rush than the Minnesota Vikings, right? We have all pro defensive linemen and edge rusher right here. That changes the game completely. Larry O is a really good rusher as well. I think Keanu Ben's going to be great in here, and obviously Alex Highsmith, who was like I think he really finished like top 5 in sacks last year. So I like what we have. Also, I think Tay Crowder could come in and possibly take Tay Crowder get a lot of gets a lot of tackles. I know we want Mark Robinson to be the guy for us, but I just don't think he's ready yet. Like when he's going down the hill, he looks amazing. But then there's a lot of times where he just looks like a deer in headlights. So I'm liking what Khan and Tomlin have been able to do uh, thus far. I want to see how. To me, the next step is how we develop these Trice, Joey Porter Jr. How do we develop them? Nick, I think he could be possibly someone good, like a third rotation piece guy that we could really use. Obviously, I think he probably win a spot over him, and I love how violent he is with his hands, especially on the pass rush. So, uh, excited to see where we'll go this season. Gonna make some more videos about the Steelers, more videos. I'm probably gonna make my next video about the AFC, every team in the AFC North. I am a Steelers fan, so I had to give them first. So next video we'll go through the Browns and then so on and so forth. But man, until next time, my name is Wayne. I appreciate everybody that came through and watched this video. Talk to you later.